What surprised you about the Constitutional Convention in Iceland? Oh, the constitutional, like the whole constitutional process in Iceland, that this was one of the great things that happened after the financial collapse. Like there was one of these huge demands by the people that they wanted a new constitution written from really scratch, by and for the people of Iceland. And so this process started. Like the government, the left-wing government, decided to honor this, and actually, matter of fact, it had been a dream of the former prime minister Johanna to do this, and so to facilitate the new constitution. And so we had this process of where we actually had a massive gathering of people randomly selected from the National Registry to, I think there were like 1,000 people that were asked to come together and have a sort of a world cafe about what needs to be in our social agreement, what do we feel is important to have in our constitution, and what sort of society do we want to be, what are our values and ethics and so forth. And then we had, after that big meeting, all the findings of what the people wanted was pulled together as the basis of the Constitutional Council that was to be elected to process these basic ideas about what sort of society we wanted to be. And so we had so many people that wanted to be a part of the Constitutional Parliament that it actually became a problem. Nobody was prepared for so many people to volunteer to be a part of it. And then they actually, when they were processing their work, so they took all this feedback from the this assembly, and they also used work that the specialists in the parliament had been working on for a long time about sort of the overall foundation, what needs to be in a constitution. And they also looked at constitution from other countries, and then they started to put forward this idea. Here's the chapter on human rights. Here's the chapter on resources, and all this, the president, and how the parliament should work, and all these different elements. And they didn't keep it to themselves. All their meetings were open, and they put this online so people could actually just use their Facebook account to put in suggestions of changes. They could send them emails, they could meet with them, and it was really a beautiful process. I was so proud of it. And then we had a new constitution, beautiful constitution. I mean, of course, they didn't have a lot of time to work on it, so there were, of course, some technical errors in it, but the genuine spirit in it was just so incredible. I was so proud of my people. And we had a national referendum on it, and everybody accepted it. And then the parliament put it into coma in the last days. And we're not going to get this constitution through. And this is why, like in my last speech in the last parliament before it was dissolved, I actually wept, and lots of people wept with me. It was a spontaneous speech because I saw that this was the end of this incredibly beautiful process, because people don't have guts, and it doesn't matter how great government you have. If they enter into the system, they are like really the cute little apples you put in the barrel that has the rotten apples in it. They're all going to get damaged. We have to recreate our systems. The hardware is completely, it's trash. It's so old, it's falling apart. And we keep trying to put in new system that is never, you can't put like a new Mac system into an SE. It's just not going to start. So, I mean, that's the depressing part of it. So annoying.